Hi everyone, this is Noah Sandler with Mtgo Academy, and I'm going to be doing a Dragons of Tarkir 8-4 draft today. So I'm just going to wait in queue. And here we go. And starting things off with the Nanofenza. Card's pretty busted. We're passing Sandcrafter Mage, Spring Warbrute, Stampeding Elk Herd, Youthful Scholar, Skillguard Sentinels, Kolgan Aspirant, and Great Teacher's Decree. I think there's a decent chance that Great Teacher's Decree tables. If not, perhaps the Aspirant. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I mean, the Tenant's the only black card. It's probably going to get taken. Maybe Skillguard Sentinels comes back. Conifer Strider. But I think that Decree might come back. And, I mean, Decree and Anafenza both work well in the same style of deck. Just like really aggro. Whatever the second color is doesn't matter too much. But this could be a really nice start to a draft if we pick the Anafenza and table the Great Teacher's Decree. Whoa! Icefall Regent. Opponent or person to our right must have taken a pretty nice foil. So yeah, blue-white it is, perhaps. We're shipping Ambuscade, Shaman, Spring Warbrute, Stamping Elk Herd, same common run there with the Lore Master. So mostly the Shaman, Warbrute, and Elk Herd. So a bit of black, red, and green, while we're in blue-white potentially. Faux Razor Regent. And Avon Sunstriker, jeez. I mean, we did pass some good greens so far, but I mean, Faux Razor Regent is really strong. So I think we have to take that over the Sunstriker. If you wanted to take Sunstriker, I think it's defensible and just keep passing all the green, but you know, rather than just start with 2 bomby picks and a third that goes well with them, starting with 3 bomby picks in completely different directions can sometimes just be the best thing. Because now we, like, depending on what we get past, we can go in any direction within these 3 colors. Even though Faux Razor doesn't necessarily work the best with Anafenza, it works pretty well with Icefall Regent. So, yeah, like we build like a ramp deck or something. I think Palace Familiar. There's a Warbrute, Aspirant, Lightwalker, Butcher, Charger. So considering we got past the region, I think blue is a good color to go into. We haven't really passed any yet, and it's been passed to us, where white could be completely cut. And then we also passed a good deal of green, so if we had to leave green, I wouldn't mind it so much. But you know, blue is the color that I'd prefer in this spot. Also, Regent, Icefall Regent, I think, is the best of these cards as well. Mirror Mockery. It's a pretty cool card. Sight Beyond Sight also quite good. But I think Mockery attacks me, put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of it. Had someone do that on an Icefall Regent to me, which was pretty good. So it's not the greatest card in the world. I think Sight Beyond Sight is pretty close to it. And there are some decks that just won't run Mirror Mockery, I think. But there are some cool combos you could pull off with it, so I think I'm going to take it over Sight Beyond Sight, but that seems close. Ooh, I do like Skywise Teachings, and there's also Stampeding Elk Herd. And, I mean, Elk Herd is a better card. It does look like green's sort of open. If we take the Teachings, we could still just be blue-white. Like a Student Ojutai could work well with that. And it would have been kind of crazy if we took that. Sight Beyond Sight goes really well with Teachings. I do like Teachings, but I think it's just going to be Elk Herd. Like, I think green's just really open, and I don't think blue-green's a good archetype, because there's not much payoff. But this is just, like, too many strong cards in a row that I think we should move in. And not much here. Naturalize, Sturger, Nemesis. Echoes of the Kin Tree. I just take the Naturalize for board. Case and Ice, I think, over Artillerist or Critic. Let's take the good sideboard card. Late Spring Warbrute. It's a bit surprising. There's Monastery Loremaster. She don't have much for it yet. Conifer Strider and Tigum Strike, which could be cool in blue-green with some like fatties. I'm trying to think what Strider could do in this deck. I think Loremaster is generally the best card. So I'm not really sure about that pick. So we got Her Chaser Dragon or Tigum Strike. I think I'm just going to take the Strike. Could be kind of exciting in a deck like this. And we'll take Updraft Elemental over Dance the Skywise. Sight of the Scale Lords. It's cool with Updraft Elemental, I guess. I might take it. I don't think we're going to need a second Naturalize. And Display of Dominance. Haven't run this yet, but it could be reasonable to run against a deck with a lot of removal. So yeah, pretty powerful start. Yeah, there was some white. Didn't fully dry up, but we didn't see the Great Teacher's Decree back. So I don't hate moving out of white at this point. And yeah, just moving into this blue-green archetype, whatever shows up, could be kind of cool. We got Pinion Feast, Zephyr Scribe, Always Highest Breath, Carsey Deceiver, which might actually be okay in a blue-green deck with more morphs than usual. But I think I'm going to take Solmgar Assassin. It's pretty easy to splash. I wouldn't mind just running a Swamp to put it in, and there's not much else here for our colors. We could... Ooh. I was going to say, we don't even have to be green. We could be blue-black. And there's Sidisi. And if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I'm a pretty big fan of Sidisi. So, Sidisi. And here we've got Foul Tongue Invocation, Silumgar Monument, Voltress Aven. Let me look back at my sideboard to see if there's anything. Custodian could be okay for more controlling. We've got a Palace Familiar already. Yeah, I think Voltress Aven's what we want. Like, Invocation's pretty good. I think Aven's gonna be better. Which ties Interceptor, Dutiful Attendant, Butcher's Glee. I think Interceptor, but Attendant and Glee are also very good. And yeah, I mean, the Mirror Mockery could look a lot better now than it did in like a blue-green deck, because black with the more exploit cards could be pretty good. We'll take Self-Inflicted Wound here. There's some okay green, but I think we just move it on black at this point. And Kolaghan Skirmisher, Clone Legion, Carsey Sadist. I wonder if Sadist might actually be better than Skirmisher in this deck. I guess it's not very good with Mirror Mockery. You know, we passed that blue-black dragon as well. We might table that. I kind of prefer... I just want to see what Sadist can do in this deck compared to just a 2/2. Like, we do plan to be a little more controlling. Not sure if that's right. And Grave Purge here, might want that for sideboard. I mean, we've got some nice creatures to get back with it, so maybe I actually just want to main deck it. It was kind of cool in that last Sidisi deck that I had. Okay, another Voltress Haven. decent card from Mere Mockery over Zephyr Scribe. And Currency Deceiver. This will take a Scribe. So I think that means no blue-black dragon. So I mean, not surprising that the card's worth first picking. So maybe one other person's blue-black or was considering a splash. I don't remember what else was in the pack, so I don't know how deep it was. So I guess Contradict could be fine here. Pinion Feast looks pretty good against us, but I think I'd rather take a card that we might run. And any of these three are okay. Excuse me. It's another Sadist. And Negate. Also Violet Dragonfire. I mean, we'll take the Negate, but Vile is also really nice with Renowned Weaponsmith. And that lasts at EC deck, so I'm more likely to pick up a Vile if I'm blue. Do we have a Duress already? No. Yeah, I think the Negate's just more likely to be good. And another Custodian. I might run one at this point. We've got some flyers and bombs, so just having a good wallish blocker can be what you want. With Scribe, I'd consider running the Encase in Ice main since we're blue-black. Theory being that less likely to face, or we're more likely to face red and green opponents. So there is a Renowned Weaponsmith. We didn't pick up the Vial. There's Ray into Being. We'll take the Reach of Shadows. Sultai Emissary is a very key card for the Exploit archetype, but I think Reach is just too powerful to pass up. Also Whisk Away, but I will be taking Sultai Emissaries very high in this archetype, just not as high as Reach. And Pyrotechnics. Did we have something we wanted to splash? No, that was the Silumgar Assassin. So we could take Pyrotechnics, do what we did the last time. But there's a Dousing Gloom. And Fearsome Awakening might be okay. I mean, red was pretty open in the first pack. So could consider taking Pyrotechnics. We've got no fixing right now. And I'm not sure if there was any fixing in the previous pack. Yeah, let's get rid of this Tigum Strike. So I think I just take the Dousing Gloom. There's no reason to take chances. And Gurmag Angler, very nice pickup here. And Monastery Siege, wow, over another Reach of Shadows. Siege could be pretty nice. I mean, this gives us a ton of card draw. I mean, I'd almost be worried about decking. I kind of feel like maybe the Grave Purge would be good. You could even just take another Reach of Shadows, honestly. You have so much card draw, and Muck Draggers would be pretty cool on the wheel. But Siege is really powerful. And I mean, we do have bombs to draw into. Like, you know, I feel like there is a certain point where you have too much card draw, and you want to just focus on filling out your deck, so you actually have stuff to, like, cards that do stuff. But I don't think we're in that spot yet, because we actually have some really nice bombs that can win games. We'll take a Bathe in Dragonfire, Sultai Emissary over Dragon, Whisk Away right into Being. So it looks like we cut blue-black hard enough that we got some nice black in the last pack as well. Where I don't think I saw too much black in the first pack. Frostwalker, sure. Dismal Backwater seems fine. I don't think I'm going to splash with Bathe, but it doesn't hurt to replace Landslot. We've got some double black and some double blue. And a right into Being. So Custodian out. Sadist out. Deck looks really good. Another right into Being. Like, I can make some cuts. I feel like Grave Purge is something we want, though. The opponent deals with, like, we have Silumgar Assassin, Sidisi, and Icefall Regent, which are all just fantastic cards to get back. Sadis is getting cut. Negate goes to board. Mirror Mockery. I can probably cut that. I mean, it is pretty good on opponent's creatures to stop them from attacking. Sibsig Host could be okay. Let's take the Rune Mark for hate. Skullkeeper's okay. We have some... I guess I don't want to deck myself, but we've got Grave Purge, Monastery Lore Master, and Gurmag Angler to take advantage of the mill 2. So it's not bad here. So we're at 23. So I think I just cut Mirror Mockery. Like, on Vulturous Haven, it's fine, but I think we just have enough card draw that we don't want to be trying to be, like, drain or, lose 2 life, draw 2 every turn. I don't think that's, like, necessary, but it's pretty nice, though. Let's see, Sidisi. Sidisi doesn't really work with Mirror Mockery that well, because it's a legend. It makes the interaction pretty awkward, because Sidisi needs to be in play for when you exploit a creature to get the card out of your deck. So you'd have to, like if you wanted to get an extra card, you'd go Mirror Mockery. It'd be kind of crazy. It's not a good play, but you'd go Mirror Mockery on Sidisi, attack with it, put the token into play. When the token comes into play, you sack the first Sidisi, and you keep the second one, because of the legend rule. And then you have the exploit goes off, the exploit go off, and you sacrifice a different creature, or actually that Sidisi, and then you get to search for another card. So that's just like a crazy thing that you could do if you wanted to. Just, it's not really a combo. But it's good on Vulturous Haven, and I think it'd be fine. But it's flexible enough. I could see running it, but we just have really good cards to play. And, well, yes, you could cut the Grave Purge. I do like it here. I mean, right now we're at 18 lands. It's not a bad 18 land deck, since we've got, like, Siege to loot, Scribe to loot. Grave Purge, makes a lot of our draws into spells. I think Contradict is pretty good here. We've got good early defense, so we get time to set up. Maybe Negate could be better. Let's try Negate over it. And could maybe cut Zephyr Scribe. So considering Mockery, Contradict, those are the ones. We've got basically 16 creatures with the 2 Rhino Beings. That's pretty good. So yeah, let's put the morph here. Stuff I would consider cutting would be Grave Purge, Scribe, and I guess Skullkeeper and Negate. Those are the weakest cards. And I mean, maybe Grave Purge is something that we would just side in and grind your matchups. Decks that could remove our bombs. But it seems kind of cool. It's just such inevitability if you have it in your hand. And I guess it cycles for 3, worst case scenario. Scribe could maybe trade off early. We have a lot of looting and card manipulation. So I'd be trying to get in Mirror Mockery. I think the deck's fine. And Custodian could also be good. In some matchups, I definitely want it over Scribe. So this says 9-8-1. I think that's right. Yeah, I think 18 lands is fine. Don't want to miss any land drops. And we can loot some lands away later. Well, 17 could be okay. Well, alright. No chance, but I'll see you for round 1. Hi, we're back with round 1. So this hand's not super exciting, but it's a keep. We got reasonable lands, 3 drops, looter that can turn some of those lands into spells. And Sidisi. So probably going to go looter and then morph loot on turn 4. And then Sidisi is right into being. Start looting. Yeah, I can discard a land. I think we go right into being. And then probably attack with the looter. So we'll manifest the interceptor, put island on bottom. And I don't think it's a problem to trade looter off here. Okay, Ojitai summons. When it doesn't attack with morph. Man, it's a good card to sack, but it's kind of interesting. Opponent thought about attacking and then didn't attack there. So we're gonna get another flyer. So I could just clear the board a little bit. Like I could trade both my creatures for their morph. Or further flyer. Or maybe they take... They attack with interceptor, they might just take it. I don't really care about the looter. I mean, this could be scary. Opponent might just want to take. Yeah, they do. And I think the interceptor is more important than the scribe. I could definitely be wrong. The opponent has a couple 2/2 flyers. We've got a 2/3 flyer. We're going to go get Icefall Regent. So I guess the scribe's actually more important. Yep. Playing some fair magic here. The Reach of Shadows, yep. So they got our Sidisi. So we actually have a decision here. I'm thinking we go for Icefall Regent, but we could also go Sultai Skullkeeper and sack it to Vulture Save and draw some cards. So if opponent has a removal spell, I mean, they'd cast it on the Aven, and then we could go for Icefall the next turn. So that could be a superior play. And yeah, and if maybe opponent plays a big bomb, we can tap it down. I mean, this Morph, not really sure what it is. I think I send Scribe. I think I don't mind trading for either of these creatures. Okay. We get Dousing Gloom. Maybe opponent spends their turn, like flips a Marsh Hulk or something. We got Grave Purge. So this is why it's in the deck. I mean, the 4/4 flyer for 6 would be one of the worst things opponents could play if they have more ways to sack their guys. So we'll take this hit. Just 2. Mind Scour Dragon. Alright, so Dragon tapping Dragon. We could play Siege named Dragons, and opponent has to pay 4 to target the Icefall. Let's just go Regent targeting Dragon. And I guess I'll attack for 2. Like, well, nah, I'll leave it back. Well, that's close. We got the Whisk Away. I'm thinking if opponent like attacks with the Monk, I'm definitely taking it. Maybe we could Grave Purge back Regent and Sidisi. And we might just hold it back anyway, so this might just be 2 free damage. On the other hand, like the late game is certainly going to favor me. Like Grave Purge plus Monastery Loremaster plus Sidisi Icefall Regent. Like that's like a semi-infinite combo. Okay, reach. Oof, forgot. Yeah, they're also tapping. Yeah, I guess that was bad. I forgot that if they did have just like removal, like I'm not only taking this 4 because they tap out for it, but then I'm going to take the other 4 the next turn. So yeah, that 2 damage was not worthwhile. Ah, negate. I could have had that. Well. So you gotta go Whisk Away and then Grave Purge. So we'll pass, but I mean that the attack with the Aven, like having the second Reach of Shadows is pretty ridiculous, but it just wasn't correct. Like I gave it a second's thought, but I was thinking more that my opponent would have a combat trick. I forgot that if they just kill the Aven, I'm just taking a ton of damage, and I'm taking a ton more the next turn. I was thinking I would just have to take 2, but the fact that they have to tap out and then I get to hold off 2 creatures makes it a lot better. Monk coming in. Come on, send the Monk. Really wanted them to send the Monk there. And what's this Morph? I guess I can block the Morph, just see what opponent does. Loremaster. Jeez. Getting back Reach of Shadows. Wow. That was like the worst thing it could be. I mean, I do get to cast my dragon right now. And then I've got negate. So I can tap down the dragon, negate the reach, and an opponent has to spend a lot of time to work their Lore Master. So I think I actually just whisk the Lore Master. So I get to save my Aven, because it gives me some damage for next turn. And like the next few turns I can really amp my clock up. So let opponent mill. Oh, they mill themselves? Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. They have the Gurmag Angler? That'd be pretty insane. Jeez. Alright, so getting back Regent and Sidisi. So, what do we do? Gosh, that Angler. I mean, if we went for the Whisk Away and the Dragon, the opponent wouldn't be able to cast Angler, but that's pretty sick. So... Gotta draw Regent. Oh, I guess we're drawing both anyway. So we can go Regent, take Angler down to 1. We can tap down Angler, then chump for a turn. That's not good. So let's tap the Dragon. I think attack with Aven. It really induces opponent to go for the reach, which is what we want. Because we don't want what we don't want opponent to do is just pass to our turn and force us to use negate on our turn. Like, we really want to use the negate now. I suppose opponent can probably sniff that out, but I mean, you think they just go for it right here. Flatten, jeez. They're like, I guess their hand, but their draws have just been absurd. Like, they've just had, you know, smash card that is just like the nut every turn. So let's see what's in our deck. We can grab with Sidisi. We can cast something for 3 maybe. Palace Familiar. Yeah, this is going to be really tough to win. Like, if we had more time, we could do it. Reach of Shadows. But, I mean, opponents gotta, like, they can kill our Regent next turn. Or wait. Oh, if we go Monastery Siege, they can't. That is so crazy. Oh well, they can kill our Sidisi. So we still have to be careful. But it's still got to be worth it. So we could Sidisi, not sack, attack for 4. No wait, then we die. I guess Sidisi pass. Okay, so opponent can just reach Sidisi here, attack with Angler, we gotta chump with Avon, and then we're back to being in a pretty rough spot. The Lore Master, 1, 2, 3, like with the land, we can Lore Master and then get back Grave Purge. Yeah, it was all that. I mean, there were a lot of small decisions that definitely could have put us in a better spot. We could actually double block the Angler. Well, but then we have to draw a flyer or we're dead. Alright, so I think we'll just chump. Okay, Frostwalker. Probably gonna lose. Reduce in stature. Yeah, that's really bad. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna concede. Or I guess I don't have to concede, I'll block, but this sucks. It's unfortunate that I could have played the game differently and won, but like they're all just, I don't know, like pretty minor decisions, and yeah, you know, opponent kind of keeps having the card that punishes me. Like in a normal game of Magic, like you're in a decent spot. You can't expect your opponent to, with one swamp up, play a 5/5 and then play kill your best creature for the next 4 turns. This is what happened. It's hard to prepare for that situation. Maybe Contradict. Opponent has a lot of expensive cards. And Skullkeeper or Frostwalker. They have the reducing statures. The Jeskai Sage. I think Skullkeeper can go. Let's play first. Yeah, it's a good hand. So we'll trade some damage here. I think I'm gonna want the Grave Purge to get back the Icefall Regent. So, and obviously I'm not going to be under a ton of pressure here, so I think I'm just going to hold on to Grave Purge for a while. I mean, I'd love to have a turn 4 play, but I think we're better off just holding on to it rather than cycling it, because the Icefall Regent is just so powerful. That's good. Hope he doesn't have Silumgar Sorcerer. Can't always have it. Yeah, sometimes they always have it. Missed the drop. Let's pass. Alright, we'll douse the morph. Okay. Let's pass. I mean, it's not that bad drawing City C, but it's like these are what every 5 drop in the deck. Okay, I'm still not willing to Grave Purge. Okay, let's take 2. Do I need a Grave Purge here? It sucks so much if opponent just has a couple removal spells, which they easily could. But I mean, if I miss my next land drop, it's so painful. I think I gotta do it. And yeah, just do it to cycle. Alright. Face up Interceptor. I think deals the most damage. If opponent has like a Monastery Lore Master, we can take it out. If it's Lore Master, they can get back the coat. So let's put 3-1 there. Could Palace Familiar block. I think I want to have a creature for Sidisi. Like, what are the odds that opponent has like flatten one of the 2 reduced and stashers or one of the 2 reach and shadows in hand? Like, extremely high. So I don't think the Icefall Regent's gonna live. And I think we want to have something to sack to Sidisi. I guess we can reach the Mind Scour Dragon, so I guess I'll chump. Gotta get to that 5th land. Yep. Alright. So we can reach, or we could just Icefall Regent. Yeah, just reach. Regent would be nice, being able to lock down 2 creatures, but I just don't think there's any chance opponent doesn't have at least 1 removal spell. So I'd at least want to make sure we stop taking the dragon damage. I think we'd maybe be a little conservative here, just go for like right into being emissary, which sort of forces opponent to respond in some way. Ooh, well, Chromatic Angler. Like, it seems like negate would be really nice, but like we're just never gonna have mana to cast it and one of these guys. We're not gonna get to 7, so I think I do the negate, and even then, like, we can't cast Regent plus Sidisi. So maybe we just like if we put the Angler on top, we can cast it for 1, but then we can't cast anything else. Wait, could we cast? No, we can't cast the negate. So it's still good to have in our hand. So let's manifest the negate. And put Angler on top. Oh, I forgot we have the Lore Master. So we can go Lore Master plus Angler next turn. The opponent probably attacks, and like we probably take it. So, because I don't want to manifest the Angler, I want to cast it for 1. So I can go Lore Master plus Angler, and then I'd have a chump for later. But taking this puts us to 5, and then we still don't have an immediate answer to opponent's Sorcerer. Clone Legion. Okay. I guess I gotta go for Icefall Regent now. So let's double block. Put the Angler in play. The opponent only has 2 cards in hand now. Theoretically possible that they don't have anything. We gotta speed up my play a little bit. If there's some way that we actually win this game. I also feel like, I mean, we've lost the Grave Purge. We got Lore Master. If we somehow gain control of the game, we could maybe come back here. We can Lore Master for the Grave Purge. Alright, and I have a Deathwind. So many removal spells. Just block. Like they still have 5 removal spells left in their deck that can deal with CDC or Icefall Regent. So Updraft Elemental is pretty good. Sack CDC to grab it. Lore Master doesn't really do much. Other option is just hope we draw Updraft Elemental and leave CDC in play. We could also draw Voltros Havens. So we could choose to not sack, hope to rip off the top, hope opponent doesn't have another answer. Then we don't have a CDC to finish the game off with. Let's go for Updraft Elemental. It's a chance, I suppose. I mean, it's a lot better chance of surviving, I think. And stabilizing than hoping to draw one of 3 cards out of 19 and having CDC left over. Like, if we draw a land off this, we could hold up Contradict. So, I mean, this is potentially a way to get out of this, but opponent could still easily have multiple removal spells in hand. CC's Faithful, have to counter that. Okay. Well, yeah. that was a bit frustrating. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes they got everything. If there's something I can teach from this, is maybe, I mean, I think I handled that okay. Like, I've got like a little frustrated with the situation. I don't like losing at Magic, and um, I don't like losing in really complex games where you have lots of decisions to make, and that's what happened with the first one. And then it's also frustrating just to lose if someone draws like a series of cards. I think it gets more frustrating if the series of cards that they draw is something where you're getting punished for the tight decisions you make. Like each time you actually get punished for that decision, it gets you frustrated. People have different ways of dealing with it. Like for me, that's what gets me frustrated, and I try not to tilt too hard. I don't think there's a way. I mean, there might be some ways you just get really zen about it, and just smile and move on to the next game. But for me, I feel okay with expressing the emotion a bit and just kind of sucking it up, knowing that it happens. Opponent drawing a bunch of cards in a row doesn't make you a bad player. So, yeah, I mean, there were a couple tight decisions. One thing, hopefully you've noticed, I take a lot of time on my decisions. I really think out situations a lot and try to make the perfect play every time. Is that sometimes you'll have games like these where you're making generally tight plays, and then that one turn you make an attack with the flyer, and then they punish you for it, and now for the rest of the game you're just a little bit behind because of that. And so that's part of why I like to just always spend time looking for those small plays to be able to win those types of games. So yeah, hopefully that revealed a little bit about dealing with tilt in frustrating games. But yeah, I'd love to play more games with that deck. It was pretty cool. And yeah, I'd like to keep drafting more CDC decks. Cards busted. So hope you enjoyed watching and learned something, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.